My English is okay, but I can't speak fluently. I know good English, but maza nahi aa raha. You wanna be super fluent. You wanna have acknowledgement of the masses. You want people to acknowledge your style of speaking. People appreciating how you speak. You want fans. That's what you want, right? Is it possible to reach the next level? And by next level, I mean you're not just good with your understanding of English, your vocabulary and grammar and the bells and whistles. You are also attractive. You're also fluent in a way that people can learn something when you speak. There is a next level. It's achievable and there are ways you can do it. Okay, and that's what we are going to talk about in today's video. First, I want to tell you, congratulations, you are already ahead of millions of people. I want to salute you for your determination, for your courage, okay? And I want to tell you that we are in the same boat. Yeah, you may, I don't know if you do or you don't, you may think I may be on the pinnacle of English speaking. I am not. I'm always learning new words. I'm always finding out new idioms, new ways of expressing myself, new ways in which I could sound more attractive and build upon my communication skills. There's always something that you do not know. I'm always a learner, and in that way, in that manner, the two of us, the both of us are in the same boat. I have done my research in making this fun for you, and it is going to help you. I swear, I promise. The first problem, or I may say an area where you can improve, an opportunity where which you can take and improve yourself, is that probably you're still not thinking in English. You're doing a lot of translation in your head. The least translation that happens here, the more fluent you are. Let me give you a small example. Ye light bahut tez hai. I can think that in my head while I'm shooting this video, but instead of thinking ye light bahut tez hai yaar, I may just simply say to myself, oh my God, this is so bright. That way, I can start replicating it on every other thing that I think. I start thinking in English. Not that difficult. Thinking in English is even easier than speaking in English because nobody is listening to you when you're thinking. Nobody is getting you to judge. Reduce that translation that is happening in your head because it confuses you. When you think something in your language, regional language, and you say the same thing in some other language, and that is English in this case, translation happens. Your mind gets too busy doing the translation. And when your mind gets too busy, your fluency is lost. You can't be impressive if you're uncomfortable. If I'm talking on the camera right now, I'm speaking so much. And I'm speaking, like there are breaks and jerks, obviously, when I'm talking. Of course, I take pauses. But those pauses are not calculated. This is my natural way of talking. I am not translating everything in my head because if I'm translating, I will not be able to deliver this properly. And after a while, you'd be like, "Arey yaar, nahi dekha ja raha, isko jhela nahi ja raha mere se." And that will happen if I will appear very uncomfortable on the camera. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing that you need to be very careful with. Maybe you're very conscious of making mistakes of fumbling. And that consciousness is holding you back. None of us can say that we speak a language without any flaws. I'm not even that confident about my mother tongue. कभी था की जगह थी निकल जाता है, कभी कहा की जगह कहीं निकल जाता है, कुछ ना कुछ हो जाता है. Understand, mistakes are part of life. All of us make mistakes. अंग्रेज बहुत गलतियां करते हैं अंग्रेजी बोलने में. Innumerable shows I've seen in English. And these guys make so many mistakes and they don't even call them mistakes, I guess. They've accepted it as a norm. I didn't say anything to her, okay? A lot of these English shows would say this as, I didn't say nothing to her. So I didn't say nothing is not really correct, but they use it all the time. And I'm telling you, they've accepted it as a norm. It's all right in their culture. So a lot of our language is also derived from the culture. So it's also something to do with the culture of the place where you're communicating or talking with somebody. There are things that naturally resolve, and then there are things that you have to consciously resolve on your own. This is one of those things that you'll have to consciously resolve for yourself. As you see your ease with the language going up, your awareness of your mistakes coming down, you will see your fluency is improving and you're being more confident when you're talking in English language. Now, before I continue, I want to bring your attention to this application that is amazing. It helps you speak to English experts from the comfort of your home. I've tried it myself. The name is Ingvarta. I've spoken to a few English experts and they were really good with what they are doing. I want to tell you that they are going to provide you with feedback and help you improve your grammar, your vocabulary, your pronunciations. And they will encourage you to speak more in English, make mistakes as many as you want. Nobody's going to judge you. The experts are very professional. I have left the link in the description of the video. Just ensure you take at least 20 to 30 sessions before you make up your mind whether you want to continue or not. So make the best of this opportunity, get a taste of it, and share with me your feedback. Tell me if you liked it or you didn't, okay? I'm sure you will like it. So there's a link in the description of this video for installing Ingvarta app. Go and take their sessions and see if you benefit. I'm sure you will see amazing progress in yourself. Okay, coming back to what we were talking. Next part of learning anything new is unlearning. I'll give you a small example and I'm sure you'll be able to understand. There are people who use this word basically too many times in a sentence. Hand on my heart, honest, it annoys me. Annoying because basically does not even mean anything really. It's a filler word. Filler words are words. These are crutch words. You also call them crutch words. These are words that you fill into pauses because you're uncomfortable with pauses. Like in my case, I like pauses. I feel my pauses make me sound attractive. I really weigh them hugely. I want to retain them. There are a few sites that promote the idea of using crutch words and relying on them, but I will suggest you otherwise. I can give you a few more examples. There are these words like, you know, like, basically, like. People use these too many times, especially if you see all these interviews, Bollywood interviews, a lot of these people use these words a lot. I'd say that it would be better if you could start unlearning them. Next time the word is coming to your tongue, just stop it. Shut your mouth. Okay? Close those traps. It's all right. Take a pause. Pauses are good. They build a certain mystery about you. I don't know how to explain it, but they definitely do build a mystery around you when you know them to use in an effective manner. Unlearn these practices of relying too heavily on crutch words, filler words, okay? Don't rely on these words. They make you sound very underconfident. Moving on. Make more and more phrases and words automatic, like reflexes. There could be a new word that you've learned, maybe from a TV show, or a phrase, a new idiom, or some phrasal verb that you've learned. Try and use it more often so that it becomes a normal part of your vocabulary. Reflexes samajhte ho? Reflexes is that if somebody throws something at me, I'll be immediately like this, okay? I'll save myself. I'll duck or do something to protect myself. So these are my reflexes. After a while with practice, they will be तू हॉर्न बजा ले भाई. After a while with practice, this will become a normal word for you and you'll not have to stress too hard to remember it and speak it the next time. Okay, moving on. The next mistake that you're making is that you are using the same words, same phrases again and again, and you're not improving the base of your vocabulary. I just recently made a video where I talked about the importance of vocabulary and how you can improve it, and the most natural way of doing it is to expose yourself to better words, to more words, and to expose yourself to more of this environment of English speaking. And I told you to watch movies and shows in English and to listen to podcasts and talk more often, proactively talk in English with others, so that these things, these new words, they are more familiar to you. So instead of a red, you could probably say crimson. So next opportunity to learn something new would be the cadence of speaking, having a certain sweetness to your voice. I've heard this about myself and I don't know if it is true or not, but I'm anyway gonna share with you, and this is honest. A couple of people have told me that when I speak, it sounds like I'm singing. There's a certain sweetness, there's a certain voice modulation, the way I play with my tone, it's nice to their ears. That is something that you can learn, and you can do that with practice. Really, this is not a talent. Talents are natural. This is a skill you can develop. बात करो तो ऐसा लगे कि कोई गाना गा रहा है, कुछ सुरीला सा कुछ सुन रहे हो आप, आवाज में एक वो क्वालिटी. So voice quality can be improved. I can talk to you like this. Can you listen to me now? And I can say that in my more natural way, something that I've developed over the years. I'm talking to you like this. I can say this. Can you listen to me? Wow, you look beautiful. Wow, you look beautiful. You see that? That I'm talking about. Last point on this list of opportunities and problems is that you can take pauses. I know I've spoken about it earlier as well, but I want to repeat it as a separate point, and that is bring pauses. Aram se baat karo. You saw I took a pause right here. Gradually, all of this is very gradual, by the way, like a sloth. Gradually, it is going to start showing in the quality of your speech. Pauses are good. They bring more clarity in what you're saying. Your message is more clear, and it gives you time to think, to use better words. Now, coming to the last part of the video, the activities that you can indulge in to improve your quality of speech, to improve your style of speaking. Let's start with the first one, and that is speaking aloud. By speaking aloud, I actually meant reading aloud. Have a piece of paper in your hand where something is written and practice to speak it loudly, probably in isolation. I remember when I was a kid, there was a lot of practice of reading. Our teacher would make one of us, like one by one, she would make all of us stand and we would read from the story. One paragraph each. I would read a paragraph, then the girl next to me, I'm from a girls' school, then the girl next to me would read another paragraph, and then the next girl, and that's how the entire class would do reading. That would happen, I guess, for more than half of the day of the school every day. It helped with your expression, with my expression. It helped with my vocab. It helped with my pacing of the words, my voice modulation. But reading is actually very helpful. Nobody really talks about it, but it's a very powerful tactic to improve your English fluency and your overall communication skills. Next is recording your speech. Open a camera. Start talking to yourself on the camera. You don't need to show it to anybody else. Just listen to yourself, record your progress, track your progress over time, and see if there is an improvement happening over time. Just record yourself for 5 minutes a day and listen to yourself, because listening to yourself would be a feedback to yourself. You will understand where you're lagging. Now, this is a very powerful idea. Join conversation clubs or groups. There is this site by the name Toastmasters. I don't know if you're aware of this, but these guys, before COVID, they would actually meet up in person, and group meetings were held and people would encourage each other to speak in English. I'm not sure about what happened post-COVID and how it happens now, but figure more out, okay? Just find out more about Toastmasters and join one of these conversation groups. They encourage you to speak in English, and they are like these AA meetings, Alcoholic Anonymous. I'm not comparing in a negative light. I'm just saying these are similar kind of meetings where people would encourage you to speak in English and nobody would judge you. Figure out these groups and join one of these groups and start attending their meetings online, offline, wherever possible. And one last thing is that you only speak when you're required to speak. Don't just wait for the moment to arrive when you are required to speak in English. Rather, create situations for yourself. Go and say hi to somebody and start speaking in English. That's all in the video today. I've spoken so much. I hope you learned something, and I am waiting for your comments. I want you to tell me what is that one thing that you do to improve your English. Just tell me that one idea that works for you all the time, okay? I want to see it in the comments, and I may pick it for my next video's discussion, okay? I'll see you again soon. Link is in description. Go check it out. I'll see you again.